3 tips for helping you build stronger arms. Let's get right into it. Number 1, focus on range of tension of the biceps and triceps. Range of tension's a little different than just range of motion. Like I can move my arm straight and I can flex it, which will be the basic movement for bicep and tricep training. But the question is, are your biceps tense when your arms are straight? Are your triceps tense when your arm is bent, like in a push-up or a dip and so on? This is the thing that challenges a lot of people because it's easier to get a lot of tension in a muscle in the contracted position. But we tend to lose tension as the muscle elongates. So for bicep, that's when the arm straightens. And for tricep, that's when our elbows are bent in push-ups and dips. So again, this is a mental thing. Your triceps, your biceps, tension isn't going to go into a muscle just because you do the right exercise or use the right technique. Tension is controlled by your mind, not an exercise specifically. Exercises are influences, but you don't want to rely on just that. So focus exercises that involve your biceps. Keep the biceps tense at the bottom of your rows, the bottom of your pull-ups, or the bottom of your curls. Same thing with your triceps. When your elbows are bent at the bottom of a push-up, a dip, or tricep extension, work on keeping tension in the muscle, and you'll have a lot more tension over the course of each repetition. Second is focus your arm training on the compound moves. Yes, I know bicep curls, tricep extensions, very effective, and definitely use them in a supplemental way. But you want to spend most of your time with the compound movements. The reason for this is you'll have more total tension in your muscle, your biceps and triceps, with these movements potentially versus isolation style moves. And this is based on the theory that muscle works harder with inclusion rather than isolation. The more we try and get just the bicep to work, the more we're trying to turn off the back and the shoulders and the chest and everything else. And that limits our neurological ability to put more tension into our arm muscles. Compound movements like the dips, like the pull-ups and so forth, give us the ability to have more tension flow through the arm and into the other muscles. And that can potentially be more total tension. More total tension means more total strength. And finally, don't neglect the idea of keeping your back tense for all of your arm movements. The reason for this is because we want to have our elbows and our shoulders pulled in order to focus movement along our sagittal plane. And this is where biceps work, this is where triceps work as well. When our back isn't turned on enough, shoulders tend to round forward a little bit, elbows start popping out, and we end up with this kind of movements, which isn't terrible, but we're neglecting some of the ability to put tension in our muscles when we're here. You see this all the time in gyms where guys are like tricep skull crushers and their elbows are winged out, and it becomes almost more of a shoulder exercise. So pressing your elbows in tight, keeping your back as tight as possible, especially in the back of your shoulder, will help stabilize your shoulder joint, take stress out of your elbow joint, and put more resistance directly on the bicep and tricep moves for your push-ups, your pull-ups, your dips, your rows, curls, and extensions. So hopefully that makes some sense. Let me know if you have questions below. Be fit, live free.